Allie is Holden's brother, and Holden reacted by sleeping in the garage and smashing all of the windows with his hands. Quote, I don't blame them, I really don't. I slept in the garage the night he died and broke all of the goddamn windows with my fist, just for the hell of it. I even tried to break all the windows on the station wagon we had that summer, but my hand was already broken and everything by that time, and I couldn't do it. End quote. Salinger, page 39.
Why is Holden so upset about Stradlater's date with Jane, and does he have a good reason to be worried about it? Holden is upset with Stradlater and Jane's date because he says that, quote, I knew that guy Stradlater's technique, end quote, Salinger 49. Also, you can tell that from the beginning that Holden has some sort of developed feelings for Jane. Holden should be worried about the date because Stradlater seems like one of those guys who just thinks he deserves what he wants, so he will do anything to get what he wants. So Holden goes on to say, quote, we once double dated in Ed Banky's car, and Stradlater was in the back with his date, and I was in the front with mine. What a technique that guy had. What he'd do was he'd start snowing his date in the very quiet, sincere voice, like as if he wasn't only a very handsome guy, but a nice, sincere guy too. I damn near puked listening to him. His date kept saying, no, please, please don't, please. But old Stradlater kept snowing her in the Abraham Lincoln sincere voice, and finally there'd be a terrific silence in the back of the car. It was really embarrassing. I don't think he gave that girl the time that night. But damn near. Damn near. End quote. Salinger 49.
How can you tell Holden is feeling very lonesome and depressed? Holden is upset about Jane and Stradler going on a date. In Chapter 6, he also finds out that he is being expelled. Both of these things are upsetting. He acts very standoffish when he has to leave school. After being expelled, he even holds back tears. Quote, so I went back to my room, turned on the light to start packing and all. I already had a few things packed. Old Stradler didn't even wake up. I lit a cigarette and got all dressed. Then I packed these 2 Gladstones I have. It only took me about 2 minutes. I'm a very rapid packer. One thing about packing depressed me a little. End quote, Salinger 50.
In chapter 5 to 8, Holden's feeling is so down. He felt isolated, lonesome, and depressed because he is expelled from the Pansy High School, and he still remembers the death of his brother Ellie. Also, he even doesn't have close friends who can share his emotions, such as sadness and unhappiness. And Ackley and Stradlater could not be those type of people in a way. So he says, quote, I got the hell out of Pansy right the same night and all. I just didn't want to hang around anymore. It made me too sad and lonesome. I was sort of crying, I don't know why. End quote, Salinger 51 to 52.
Why would Holden start thinking about joining a monastery at this point? He feels alone. The thought of being with people who cared seemed extremely better. Quote, listen, what's the routine on joining a monastery? I asked him. I was sort of toying with the idea of joining one. Do you have to be Catholic and all? End quote. Salinger 50.
Question 7 describes how Holden feels about Mrs. Morrow. He thinks Mrs. Morrow is a nice person and he's attractive. Quote, she's about 40 or 45, I guess, but she was very good looking. Quote, Salinger, page 54. And quote, she had a terrific, nice smile. She did. Salinger, called Salinger, page 55. And he also liked Mrs. Morrow, called I like old Morrow's mother, called Salinger, page 55. And question 8, why Holden keeps lying to Mrs. Morrow is because he didn't want to make Mrs. Morrow worried about her son, and he thinks most of the parents want to hear how good their kids are doing in the school. Quote, "You take somebody's mother, all they want to hear about is what a hotshot their son is." Quote, Salinger, page 56. And another reason is that Holden doesn't want to upset Mrs. Morrow because he likes her.
No.
You don't. Holden's brother.
We still have to film hers. And then we're done.
Why Holden?
I forgot to say